previously on Sacred Lies.
We know she came from that cult. What kind of nuts follow a prophet named Kevin anyway?
Speak now, and Charlie will forgive you. But if you lie, and sweet Olivia Bly will just be the beginning.
She's gone, baby. Tell me about Philip Lancaster.
Do you know who I am?
Why'd you attack him?
His eyes, they're green, like God's. I was trying to kill God. Kevin Groth never fit in. He was small for his age, sickly. He had no friends. But one day, at the end of school, Kevin was drawn toward a fateful door that would change his life forever. Kevin stepped across a threshold into destiny. And found himself standing in the presence of God. God offered his hand, and with his powerful green eyes fixed on Kevin, waited to see if he was ready to know all things. And he was. And with that one touch, the boy was imbued with all the secrets of the universe. From that moment, Kevin became the prophet, touched by the green-eyed stranger named Charlie. Now, the prophet can hear Charlie's voice.
So then what?
Well, Charlie led the prophet to find us, to bring us here, to save us. When the outside world is destroyed, it will be our job to build a new one, a better one.
So, is Charlie always just waiting in a bathroom somewhere?
No, of course not. But you could meet him anywhere. Charlie walks the earth in every generation. He dies and is reborn over and over.
So, Charlie's out there right now walking around somewhere?
Yes, he is. The Charlie the prophet met died about 18 years ago, and a new Charlie was born, which means he's about my age. And if you see him, you will know him right away because of his green eyes.
Cole's looking at you again.
Any more questions?
What about Mommy? When the old world dies, can she come with us?
Of course she can. Our loved ones' spirits live in nature all around us. When Charlie comes for us, they will rise beautiful and pure to join us.
Prophet, are the stars really Charlie's eyes?
Yeah? He watches over all of us every night. Both the living and the dead.
But how are his eyes up in the sky if he's really Charlie walking the earth? And why aren't all the stars green?
Constance, it's enough
No,
questions.
she's fine. Charlie's ways are mysterious. Only he can answer everything. Good schooling, Minnow. Keep on.
What do you think about all that?
I think it's quite a story.
You think we were all crazy for believing him?
No, I didn't say that.
You don't have to. I'm not stupid. I know how it sounds. That doesn't mean none of it's true.
You're right. The best lies always contain an element of truth.
But can you prove he was lying? The prophet could have met Charlie, and he could be out there walking around right now.
Like Philip Lancaster. What do? Kick every green-eyed boy to death till we find the right one?
I was confused. But that doesn't mean Charlie's not real. And if it is true, that means we're all doomed. Just like the prophet said.
I think it's fair to assume that whatever the prophet told you is unlikely.
But you can't prove it.
Come on, crazy. Feel alive. Excuse you? Matthew 19:30. But many who are first will be last, and many who are last will be first.
I heard that.
Hi, Minnow. Just wondering if you thought more about coming to youth group? Just to check it out.
Hey! She doesn't want to come to your lame-ass youth group. That's Angel 11. Feel free to quote me.
Why is everybody so scared of you?
Been here since I was 12. Learned real quick you get respect one of two ways, love or fear. Love doesn't work for me. Time for my morning coffee. Angel Trujillo.
Prophet said all drugs are bad. They're liquefying our brains and making men grow boobs.
Wish. Chewing them makes them work faster. The Adderall tastes like Skittles.
Minnow, why?
Never seen that one before. What is that? Trazodone?
Lithia? No, it's Adavir. Is it Adavir?
It's a multivitamin. The girl's been living in the woods. She's vitamin deficient.
So, you don't believe in God?
Nope.
Why not?
Because I don't need God. I've got Google.
How do you know you can trust him?
Who?
Google.
Google is not a person. It's the internet. It's information from all over the place. Facts.
So, you don't believe in anything?
I believe in things that you can see and prove. Logic, patterns, rational thought, science. Everything else is just superstition.
Well, the prophet always said that
You're
science
pissing me off with the prophet said this and the prophet said that. He was just another old creep telling you what to believe. People made up religion to explain all the crap they couldn't understand. But now we can explain everything with science. What?
Teach me science.
I don't have time to teach you science. Science is a big concept.
You're locked up for 20 years, right? What else have you got to do that's so important?
I could learn Russian or like crochet or whatever.
Please, I need to know for myself what's real. Not what somebody tells me. I need proof. And if that's what science can do, that's what I need.
Okay, crazy. Welcome to my church.
Thank you for seeing me, Miss Groth. I'd like to ask you a few questions about your son, Kevin.
Kevin was 2 when his father died, and 6 months later he was diagnosed with IPF, idiopathic pulmonary fibrosis.
It's a very serious condition. It's usually...
Fatal? Yes. The doctors gave me no hope. They said a few years at best. But then one day Kevin was healed. His lungs just opened up. The doctors tried to explain it away, but I knew it was a miracle. God didn't take my son because he had a divine mission.
Mom, you shouldn't get worked up. Her blood pressure's not great.
I'm fine, Carl. I'm fine. We're talking. Kevin was a good boy. He was kind and smart, and he had such a way with animals.
How so?
Well, there was this stray dog that Kevin found. It was in terrible shape, near death, and Kevin healed him. He nursed him, brought him back to life, just like Jesus. That dog followed him everywhere. He just adored Kevin. Everyone did.
Did Kevin ever mention someone named Charlie?
Charlie. I don't remember that name. Carl?
Yeah, I heard him mentioned a couple of times. Someone he knew in high school.
I have a photo album in the other room from when he was that age. Would you like me to get it?
No, that'd be great.
That isn't really who he was.
What do you mean?
That dog? Kevin beat the crap out of that dog just so he could save it. That's why it followed him around. That dog hated Kevin, but it was scared to death of him, too.
Why do you think Kevin did that?
To be admired, loved, who knows? All I know is Kevin didn't give a rat's ass about that dog. It was all about him. Hear the way she talks about him? They pissed wine and walked on water. I'm the one who's been here taking care of her all these years. And where the hell was he? Out finding more dogs to beat. That's who Kevin was.
Sorry, Rose,
It's okay, Minnow. Really.
I'm sorry.
Constance, fill the cups on the left first. How many times do I have to tell you?
I can do it for her.
No. Your sister needs to learn to do things the right way, not her way. Right, now you're splashing everywhere. God's eyes, girl. Can't you do anything right?
Don't talk to her like that. You're not her mother.
If my mother had climbed out of a bottle long enough to teach me the right way to do things, my life would have been a hell of a lot easier.
That fried chicken and chocolate chip cookies I smell?
No, it's squirrel stew and nettle cake.
What?
You're so silly, Daddy.
Yes, I am. That's why Mama Vivi and I are such a good match, because we make her laugh.
That's not the only reason. Give me these potatoes so I can finish. And tell these girls to do what I tell them.
Girls, you listen to Vivian. She's the woman of the house now. Hey. Don't worry. I'll talk to her. Hey! Green smoke.
Minnow. Come on. Get up. Gotta go.
Are we escaping? Where are we going? What will Mrs. New do to us if we're caught? How about we don't get caught?
Short leash on this one. Come on, let's go. You got 10 minutes, that's it. Thanks, Mom. Girl, did I push you out my body? Gross. Exactly, so quit calling me that. Goofball.
It's wonderful.
You ain't seen nothing yet.
Look. There they are. So dope. Hey, what's wrong with you? Green smoke meant Charlie had a message.
Look up there, do you see them? The streaks of light across the sky? Those are Charlie's tears falling on account of us.
God was crying because of the millions that were going to have to die. To wash the outside world clean of all the filth and poison. He said, Charlie doesn't want to kill his own children, but he has no choice. Can you feel it? His sadness. His pain. He said we all had to pray. To dry Charlie's tears. To let him know we believed with all our hearts. That we would never, ever doubt him. Because only the true chosen would survive.
Calm down, crazy. They're just meteors. It's the Geminid meteor shower. They call it that because it looks like the meteors are falling right out of the constellation Gemini. They get stronger every year as they get closer to Earth.
The prophet told us they were God's tears.
Yeah, well, people believe all kinds of things that aren't true. They'd rather have a lie than a question they don't know the answer to.
Daddy, can I talk to you?
What's up, little fish?
I have this memory from before. Something we did together as a family. With Mom.
Uh-huh.
We drove out into the country to watch the falling stars. They look the same as tonight. So, what we saw tonight Weren't they just falling stars?
We were wrong before. Everything we thought we knew, we didn't. Those stars are Charlie's eyes watching down on us. Charlie's eyes can't fall. Isn't it your turn to watch for Charlie tonight?
Thanks, Daddy. But how? How do you know that they're meteors?
Telescopes have seen them. People have studied them. They found pieces of meteors on the ground, and they put them in museums. They're space rocks. That's all. Like I told you, there is a scientific explanation for everything. Stars, planets, solar systems, galaxies. All of it was created billions of years ago in one big explosion called the Big Bang.
What was there before?
Before what?
Before the Big Bang.
That's Charlie.
In the back, on the right. Charles Dunlap. I checked the records. He worked as a janitor when Kevin Groth was a student. This was taken 25 years ago for the school centennial.
How long did Charlie work here?
Almost 30 years. But once the school board became aware of his predilections, Charlie was let go.
What predilections?
I don't know how much interaction Kevin had with Charlie, but there were some issues. Complaints about inappropriate behavior with students. But no charges were ever filed. This was years ago, before my time here.
You know what happened to Charlie?
He passed away shortly after his dismissal. Cancer, I think.
Monsters aren't born. They're created. Everything the prophet said, what he did to Rose, what you did to Philip, it all started in a bathroom with a janitor named Charlie.
So, am I supposed to feel sorry for him? You're telling me the prophet made everything up. It's all just a bunch of lies, but that's okay because something bad happened to him?
No, I'm telling you that to show you that Kevin Groth was just a man. And so was Charlie. Not gods or prophets, just people. People will invent entire worlds to hide their pain or to share it. It doesn't excuse it, it just begins to explain it.
Have you Have you ever felt something you can't explain? Every night, we would take turns keeping watch in case Charlie came. We would cleanse ourselves to be pure for him. And we would wait. Angel says everything can be explained by science. But that night, I felt something I can't explain. Do you believe me?
I believe you experienced what is called pareidolia. It's a phenomenon that causes people to see familiar patterns where none exist. You were cold, tired. You looked into the darkness and saw what you wanted to see.
I know what I saw.
Minnow, is it possible that you're holding on to what the prophet told you because you're afraid if you stop believing, your mother won't come back?
But even if none of it's true, when I saw her, I felt peace. Like I was connected to something so much bigger than me. And I don't know what that was, but I know what I felt was true. It was real. Next time on Sacred Lies. You're running like...
I'm Jude. What's your name?
Minnow.
You should be so close to the edge. I care about you a lot.
Give me his camera. He found it out in the woods. Take the hint.
His name is Jude.
I know what it's like to meet someone who changes the way you see the world just by being in it.
I saw you looking at me in the shower.